Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. I have Sean Evans, CEO of My Wine Society, on the show with me today. Sean, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Michael.
All right, my pleasure. All right, Sean, you've got a very deep presence in the industry of what you're doing. You've got a lot of experience. Let me back up a minute and give you a chance to tell our audience some background on you, and then how you got into My Wine Society. What is the history of My Wine Society? But let's first start with you, your background, and what My Wine Society is.
Yeah, definitely. So I was in management consulting space for about a decade, mostly in startups and small cap companies, working to help people scale their business and understand process efficiencies internally. And through that, I worked with a couple of large companies as well, and was introduced through one of those relationships to Dean and Jeremy over at Skylab. After hearing about what they were doing and seeing the power of the technology, they were looking for people that could take their tech to market in different industries, and I saw the impact that it could have. I was also around the same time being approached by wineries to help connect their story and their brand out to the next generation of wine drinkers, because the landscape's kind of changed in that space. So it was really a fortuitous timing moment where I was able to connect the two opportunities and build a platform in My Wine Society that helps wineries connect to this next generation of wine drinkers.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I'm sure you're going to do. I can't wait to make some introductions on my own. Now, let me back up just for a second, Sean. What is the partnership with Wineries Group and Skylab, and how did that factor into this company?
Yeah, so the Wineries Group was my boutique management consulting shop. We had up to 6 employees at one point, and that really leveraged, really gave me the ability to leverage the Skylab opportunity and understand how to build organizational structure, partnerships, packaging a company for multiple rounds of fundraising, et cetera. So having a team that already existed that had worked with me and knew what they were doing on the business side was really important. So that's where Wineries Group was really helpful. And then with Skylab, obviously having them as a partner, they really acted as almost an incubator for My Wine Society and getting us up to speed on the tech portion and how the app platform world works, and figuring out the best way to use that technology to help out the wine industry.
What's the difference, or I should say, what differentiates this platform from any existing wine app, and how does the end user ultimately get value?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. So there's a number of wine apps on the market right now, but they all fall into one or a few of 4 main categories, and that's scan, rate, comment, or purchase. None of them are looking to build a content-driven, social engaged community for wine enthusiasts. So we found that there's a huge movement right now in the way in which consumers are interacting with their phones, that they want a place where they can go talk about and build a community around a niche passion-driven activity or product like wine. And so there's a number of apps that are doing a really good job at that, and none of them currently in the wine space before My Wine Society. So we're the first app that's really trying to connect wineries and then allow users to build a community where they can plan and track their wine journeys and then be rewarded for it. Which is another great thing is the Skylab platform has allowed us to offer a gamified solution for the end user, so that rather than seeing ads pop up while they're using the app, they actually get rewarded for tracking their actions by our partners in the product and service sector.
Let me dive into the reward part, because that's a big part of behavioral processes to engage people to continue to work with you, to expand the audience and the amount of people that actually end up being working into the conversion factor, what kind of incentives are we talking about that the people using this app to work with the My Wine Society, what are they going to be getting as a part of this whole process and engaging with you through the app?
Yeah, it's a great question. So one of my dreams for this platform was on two sides. You have on the industry side, it's basically Yelp for wineries. So we're trying to give wineries a platform to get their story out. On the user side, which is what you're asking about, it's a reward based, basically Facebook for wine. So we've gone out and partnered with almost 75 different corporate partners at this point. We just signed a really cool deal with Wink, which is a massive wine club online, to give away severely discounted membership to our members. And, that's just one example, but ultimately we would like the end user to win a free flight from, an American Airlines or British Airways to some cool wine destination, stay in a free hotel from one of our product partners, go to all of our partner wineries with free tasting, and then have a nice dinner at one of our partner restaurants. All of that could be rewarded to the end user through the app. So rather than an advertising feel where they're being sold to, they're actually being rewarded for their actions, and then they feel good about engaging with that product or company.
Got it. That's brilliant. Brilliant. I'm sure it's going to be very successful, and there'll be far more rewards come through this app than we can even imagine at this point as we go forward. The last question, what stage of the business are you in now? And tell us about some of the struggles that you've had to encounter to get to where you are now, and really to cap it off, where we're going to take this as we go forward.
Yeah, so we are about a year old at this point. We've just wrapped up our first round of funding. So in terms of, you asked about struggles a little bit. One of the points that I wasn't fully prepared to coming into this was that fundraising action that a CEO of a startup is forced into. And all of the people in the institutional level now that have come in and are interested in leading the second round for us, I joked with them that I thought I was starting a wine app, but really I was starting a fundraising vehicle. And, the people that are familiar in the investment banking space say they hear that all the time from startup CEOs who just want to operate their business and end up, flying around looking for money all the time. So that's probably been the biggest challenge just for me on a learning curve perspective. And again, having Dean and Skylab that have been through that process before and being able to leverage their knowledge and their network has really kind of helped us do that. So now that we've accomplished quite a bit in terms of building the foundation of the company, we were able to go out and get a third-party valuation recently that's really going to help us propel to the next phase of the company, I think.
Tell me about that next phase.
So the next phase is we're wrapping up this first round of funding right now. We are going into a second round raise with an institutional level partner leading it. We've gotten a good bulk of our winery partners, our product sponsors, and our organizational structure built. So we have a pretty solid team. We have a global network, about 18 brand ambassadors, and that's growing every day. So the next phase is, we're still pre-revenue and really pre-marketing and user acquisition. We're just now kind of assembling the marketing, PR, et cetera teams, and then turning that gun out to the world of wine and letting them know that we're here and gaining those users, and then turning on some of the revenue pieces.
Good, good. I hope I can help and be a part of that. We're about out of time, Sean. I want to thank you for being my guest on today's show. I hope to have many more interviews. As a matter of fact, I think as we go forward, you deserve your own show. What do you think about that?
Hey, that'd be great. I'd love to bring another piece of media to the wine world. Bring wine to the rest of the world.
I think you'll do great. All right, Sean, thanks for being a guest on the show. I'll talk to you real soon.
Yeah, thanks so much, Michael.
You're welcome. You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba and Sean Evans. Thanks for watching with us. Don't forget, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll talk to you soon.